Hello, Likers. Welcome back to our channel. It's me, your fave, your one and only, your baby girl, Malaika. So, Likers, today we are doing the critical review of Mr. Aloy's series for the Love of Money episode 4. It starts with Patrick, who got back home, from work, and he wasn't happy. He wasn't delighted of seeing that his wife is at home, making up, prepping for an event, whereas the nanny, the babysitter, who just resumed, is the one taking care of their daughter. She's downstairs feeding her rather. She's downstairs feeding her. Now she wants to leave her with the child and go out. Somebody she barely knows, and the man had a good point, like, as honestly, because for you to like leave your child with a nanny, I think they should, trust should be established, right? Trust should be established for you to just opt and go and leave your child. So Patrick is definitely right, for telling her that no, you cannot go anywhere. Patrick told her, no, she like almost, she was like, I'm going, not after, having brands sponsor me, like the clothes I'm wearing. I'm not going to say the name of the brand, I'm not being paid. The clothes I'm wearing, it's a brand. The wig, the makeup, I'm supposed to go take pictures. This influencer lifestyle no easy. God, I beg, let me be doing the little I'm doing, small. That's all. I don't want to. No, I beg. It's not easy. Me that don't like pictures. Now what? So she was like, I need to tag them on my caption needs to be them. I need to do this, I need to do that. So you cannot tell me that I cannot go when I'm fully dressed, fully glammed, you understand? Like, she's going, she has to go no matter what. So to her it was more like her events, the movie premiere was more important than her husband and her daughter. Yes, because somebody new came to your house. You cannot just entrust your kid with them because your mother said so. Simply because your mother got her for you, you just trust her that quickly. You leave your child with her, and that's okay. You don't even want to listen to whatever it is that your husband is saying to you, because you just want to do what you want to do. So she's telling Patrick that no matter what Patrick wants, she's going, and she left. She left. And Patrick was just there, look like, this one. So she left, for real, for real. She left. So the next thing shows Ifoma, who is angry. She's still waiting for, for what's her name, for Krista to respond her. She didn't get any reply from her, and she was like, who the hell does she think she is? She was not happy. It's like, who is Krista, by the way? Why is she feeling too big? So her husband heard her like mumbling, and he wanted to know. So she just brushed it off like she's not. But normally she wasn't speaking to anyone. She was speaking to herself. That's the truth. She was speaking to herself. So the husband was like, she just wanted her to calm down, because he could see that she was not happy. She was angry. And by the way, who goes to bed with makeup? Now, wow. So her husband tried to console her. The next thing shows Patrick, who is home alone, waiting for his wife to return. He was in their bedroom, waiting for her return from wherever it is that she went to. She came back, no greetings, nothing. She just saw her husband and just knew that there will be problem. So Patrick wanted to find out from her, like, how can a married woman rather, like you, with a kid and a new nanny, just abandon her kid, just go like that. So she was like, it's the after party of the party. There was an after party, so she attended the after party because she wanted to create connections, which is good, like marketing, stuff like that, marketing herself now. So that was why she came late and blah blah blah. So now already she's in advance, she's making Patrick understand that, at this point I don't want you to stress me, please. I'm not stressing you, don't stress me as well. I just want to sleep, I just want to this, I just want to that. So Patrick just made her understand that I don't have time for that either. I don't have time for that either at all. So the next thing shows Patrick in his office, speaking to his PA. This PA, this girl, I think she came into this office to look for something else, not a job. you know. So Patrick wants her to make some changes in his schedule, for the schedule of the month, by changing some meetings, by pushing some, by like sending some, putting some forward, sending some backward, stuff like that. And Patrick was there, instead of remaining focused on what the assignment he was giving her. He was like feeding his eyes. He was just trying to feed his eyes. But the point is that, can anybody blame this guy? You cannot blame this guy, because when you dress the way you dress and come to work, what are you expecting? Yeah, she's doing her job right. You can see from a distance that she's doing her job. But now her dressing, her dressing code is not suitable for her office. You know, especially if she's not the owner of that company. So when Patrick was done, he decided to do what Samuel told him, to invite her for dinner. And he did, you know. And it was more like that was what she was waiting for. She was just waiting for that moment. She grabbed it like there's no tomorrow. She was happy, and she quickly accepted, like, almost no problem, until she was asking the time, that she's going. Like, you could see her and know that yes, she was expecting it. She has been looking for it, she has been waiting for it, stuff like that. Almost, it's something else. So it's really something else. you know so Patrick also is there, feeding her with whatever he wants to feed her, tell her. So they decided to go Chinese, to a Chinese restaurant not far from their office. Office romance, it's always beautiful, but it always ends in premium tears. Office romance. Well, most of the time they get married, so her mission was done. The mission to her now, it was mission accomplished, because Patrick is still on that AWS. Yes, so he's still on it, looking, checking, wanting to connect the dots, everything. He's even dreaming. I'm sure where he is right now, he has already removed her clothes already. Yes, so so the next thing shows Patrick and his PA. They were done from the dinner, and they were gisting in the car. The PA, Patrick was enjoying her company. She too, she was enjoying Patrick's company, you could tell. And she wanted to know where they could do it more, because she enjoyed herself. It was a beautiful date. Now that's how a date is supposed to be. You're supposed to go and enjoy yourself, and wanting to have a rematch. So she made a proposition, but unfortunately for her, the phone started ringing. Patrick's wife was calling to find out where he was, because he was taking time to come home. What the PA wants, is for them to go in a quiet place next time. She's not looking for it. Like, she just wants to keep this guy on lock. She's not looking for a restaurant. She wants something else. So the next scene shows sexy Crystal, who is at home, waiting for her hubby. As soon as she hears the door open and locked, she jumps from her couch. But now she's jumping. The first thing she's doing is asking, "Where are you coming from?" Like, it's rude now. That is a grown man. That's not your son. You understand? That is not your son. Asking a grown man, somebody who married you and kept you in his house, in that manner, that is rude. She wants to know where Patrick is coming from. She wants to know why is it that Patrick didn't tell her anything. And Patrick also, he's not interested. He's being petty. Yes, because that was petty when you say that the other day you came late. So just know that other people also can go out and come late. To me, I think that was just petty. He was just hitting below the belt. He was actually saying the truth, but that was really petty. So it's making Krista knows that she's not the only one who can hang out, and come back late. He can also do that. He can hang out with his friends, have a beer or two, and choose to come back home anytime. Besides, they are all doing it. But Crystal's own, she went there for, it was more for work. Your own, you went there for something else. So Patrick didn't have time to talk with Crystal that much. Like, as people should be taking note of this Mr. Lois movie. When you see a man behaving like that, know that he's already inhaling the odor of a kweku somewhere. Yes, he's doing that. So Crystal is trying to think far. The next thing shows Ifoma, who has started her own channel or her own page. She's very she's serious about it. She's talking about like they should watch out for her. Like what all of us we did. Me, I did the same thing she's doing the beginning. Then the next thing shows Ifoma, who is not happy with the outcome of her content, her video. She said she just had whether eight views, or is it 8 likes, 8 views, something like that. Then no like, no comments. So her husband is trying to encourage her, stuff like that. Her husband is trying to encourage her, and she's not funny, finding it funny. She's not happy. Then anyway, she made her husband to understand that whatever it is that she's doing, she's doing because of Krista, because she wants to expose her. Her husband was shocked, like, I thought she was your mentor. I thought she was your mentor, somebody you barely know, your mentor. She said not anymore, that she's not her mentor. She started telling her husband about what happened, that she texted her, and she never got a reply back from her. You understand? She never got a response back from her. So she think that she's better. Then now she started, and that's how this thing of dragging saga starts. Because stuff like this, now you see she'll start dragging her. They'll start dragging each other, and now secrets will be coming out. That's why you see me, I hate saga. I hate it. I don't like saga. That is not me. I'm a petty person, no doubt, but there's a limit to my pettiness. There's a limit. I can't lie to you. Like, I can't sit here and be telling people, no, I'm very petty. I always tell people, but just that there's a limit to my pettiness. I don't do saga. Not because I have anything to hide, no, but just because to me it's so embarrassing to be embarrassing yourself online like that. Even if you're exposing somebody's secret, it makes me, it pushes me back to primary school. Those are what primary school kids will be doing, not adults, not mothers. So she's making her husband knows that she'll expose her, because she has noticed that she doesn't post her husband anymore. She doesn't post her daughter anymore. That Ifoma was talking about Crystal. That for that reason she knows that Crystal is fake. Crystal is this. Her husband tried to make her that I told you. You wouldn't listen. I told you that don't follow her. You say no, she's your mentor. She's your mentor. Why is she not your mentor again? Why? Why is she not your mentor? So the next thing shows Patrick, that's been called by her PA, to meet up, and it happens to be a weekend, it happens to be a Saturday. So Patrick is more like, I can't, you should understand that I can't at this point, because it's Saturday, I need to spend time with my family. But the PA is making him understand that it's just for a few hours, let them spend time. And as he was talking, he didn't notice that Crystal was there. There's this thing about men, sometimes they don't know, men don't know how to cheat. That's the honest truth. They think they're bad, so bad, but they don't know how to cheat. Crystal heard every conversation, and as soon as he wanted to, to drink, have his drink and leave, and Crystal just came downstairs. I was like, where do you think you're going to? It's a Saturday, and honestly, it's a Saturday. Like, how can a married man, who has been working Monday to Friday, leave his house on Saturday? Like. So they were having this back and forth. Crystal is making him understand that you're not going anywhere, because this is Saturday. You need to sit home with your husband. Sometimes I cannot justify violence, because I always say this. A man that will smack you, know that he has pushed you before you didn't react. You understand? Patrick didn't have any right to react the way he reacted, but Krista really pushed him to the curve, because you see somebody wants to go, you come and block their way, he will push you. And he pushed her, and she fell on the staircases. She hit her back so hard, and she was being dramatic and everything. That's the problem I have. Don't use force on people. So Patrick got very angry, because to him it's more like his wife is trying to control him. To him it's more like she's doing it on purpose. She's doing it intentionally, just to see his reaction, just to see what he will do. And also sometimes our mouth will not keep quiet. Our mouth will so betray us, because that's one thing we have in common. We are mouthy women. Some of us, honestly speaking. They say she was very angry. She had to, she was just angry. She had to block the way. The way she was behaving, she was, and Patrick just wanted her to give way for him to go. That sometimes there's some women ask for these beatings. In as much as DV is a bad thing, I condemn it so badly. But sometimes some women just have a way of asking for it. Because you blocking a man's path is you asking for something. You understand? And telling him that what can you do? You've pushed me. Are you going to hit me? It's a weak man that hits a woman. You call him weak and he will smack you so badly. And he smacked her like the smack that Patrick gave to Crystal. Hi, yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, and he just walked away. And she could feel it. She realized that Omo, he did her dirty. I can't lie. It seems as though she was seeing stars and her ears were singing hymns. She started crying. That's the problem. You can't fight. Don't do that. I hate it. Hate I hate anything that has to do with violence. I hate it, honestly speaking. I don't like it. That's why you won't see me wanting to fight. No, no, I can't. That will break me into two. I can't stand it. The next thing shows Patrick and his PA at his PA's place. She's massaging him. She wants to know why he's stressed out. And him also, he's not talking about it. So, like us, we're just going to end it. She wants him to tell her things. I'm suspecting that this girl is a spy or she came there on purpose. My people, see, relationship is not a do or die affair. Yes, you have to start seeing the sign from pushing to smacking, from smacking to beating to pouncing. From that pouncing, now what will happen? Those are the things people have to pay attention to. Those things people really need to pay attention to. Because toxicity is not the best. It's not a good thing. So on this note, I'll have to say bye, guys. Please protect your mental health.